Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Moving Right Along, a Muppet movie podcast brought to you by toughpigs.com. It's the podcast where we watch Muppet Treasure Island 2 minutes at a time and talk about it a lot. I'm your host, Anthony Strand.
Ahoy, mateys. I'm your other host, Ryan Rowe.
And and today it's just Ryan and me. It's our season finale, so we are talking about minutes 97 through 100, the last 3.5 minutes about.
Remember when I would begin the first 3 or 4 episodes by saying "Ahoy, mateys"? I do, and
I treasure it. And I was kind of sad.
I almost did. I thought about doing it for the entire season, but then I decided it was too much.
Would have been good. But anyway, so in these minutes, it's over. This is the end of the movie. We got the last 3.5 minutes of credits. We should have watched the Teen Girl Squad instead.
We still could. We could just tack that onto the end of this episode.
That would have been so good. It would have been so good.
Which one are you? I think I'm so and so.
Yeah, I think I'm probably what's her face.
Okay.
Yeah, the one who wears baggy pants.
It's possible we've already gone over this. Which Teen Girl Squad are you?
Definitely in real life, if in a conversation, if not in this on this podcast.
Yes.
But we're not talking about Homestar Runner today. We are talking about the last few minutes of credits in Muppet Treasure Island and some things that happen there and some assorted odds and ends that we want to talk about before the podcast is over for the season. And so we're going to start with, we touched on it last week, a country pop version of Love Lettuce Here has just started playing. We start here with the line, or am I blind, right? That's where we pick up. We finished with, am I dumb last time? So our singers here are John Barry and Helen Darling.
Darling, which definitely sounds like a made up name.
It definitely does. Yeah. But okay. I know that country was a lot hotter in the 90s than it is now. I mean, maybe it's kind of back on the upswing again. I know
it is now, right? But the 90s is the decade of Garth Brooks.
Right. The 90s were like a real boom for country.
Yes.
And we had Martina McBride at the end of Christmas Carol.
Right. Doing the version of When Love Is Gone.
Right. So I think they just decided it's part of the formula for it to be a country version.
I guess so.
But why these two people that I've never heard of?
It does mention at the end of the credits when they show the song credits, this is included as a separate, because it's a separate performance, I guess. And it credits each of their individual record labels.
Right. It appears through the courtesy of whatever.
Yeah, through the courtesy. I think one of them is Capitol and one of them is Decca. So I guess these two were considered maybe they were going to be the next big thing in country. They were hoping maybe. Well,
and it looks like Helen Darling, especially, her first album came out in 1995.
Yeah.
Oh, she was brand new on the scene. Really. I mean, it's funny because her Wikipedia article, one of the noteworthy credits is that she sang backup for the aforementioned Garth Brooks on The Red Strokes, one of his big hits.
Okay, yeah.
And then he did some backup singing on her debut album to return the favor. But John Barry had been around for a while. His first album came out in 1979.
Oh, yeah, that makes less sense then.
Right. But it says his biggest hit and a very high charting country hit was Your Love Amazes Me in 1994. And so my brother Derek was a big country head back then. We used to watch the music video countdown on TNN.
Okay.
And Derek was rocking a Brooks and Dunn button-down shirt with the lightning bolts on it regularly.
He was going out to Boot Scoot and Boogie.
He sure was. And I didn't recognize the name John Barry, but I looked up that song on YouTube and I definitely heard it a lot back then.
I bet I would know it if I heard it. Yeah. Cause that is, I was growing up in Texas. So pretty much any country song. I did not seek out country music, but I just heard it. It was just ubiquitous. So yeah.
It was just on all the time.
Yeah.
But although it looks like the album that was on, let's see, is this the album? Yeah, the album that was on is self-titled. It's called John Barry.
Oh, so maybe he was kind of trying to make a resurgence for himself.
Yeah, it was like a reset of his career or something. Would be my guess. But he had released 6 previous albums between 79 and 93. Okay. 7 previous albums.
So maybe they were just hoping. Yeah. Okay. Maybe they were just hoping these two were about to, ignite or reignite, and they could probably get them cheaper than Martina McBride. So
right. It honestly though, it just makes me a little sad for the Muppets that because what's the Disney picture the year before had been Pocahontas.
Okay.
And the pop Colors of the Wind there is Vanessa Williams.
Right.
And Hunchback I don't think has one, if I remember right.
I don't know.
And now I got to look it up.
Somebody out there knows.
Yeah, somebody's yelling at the.
Somebody out there is telling us. I can think of a few people that might be
listening who know.
Yes.
Let's see. So it does, in fact, have "God Help the Outcast" by Bette Midler on the soundtrack.
Wow. Okay.
But nothing came of it, right? You didn't remember either.
No.
But even so, that's Bette Midler. That's Midler. A legend. Yes.
Well, do we know? And I wish I had looked this up. I really should have. Do we know if this was released as a single, even?
See.
I don't think there was a music video for this one like there was for Love Power.
Right. So I'm looking at John Barry's singles. Nope. At least it's not on John Barry's Wikipedia page for his singles.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if things had gone a little bit differently with their careers, maybe this would have caught on, and it just didn't. Right.
Well, and I mean, you mentioned Garth Brooks. If this was Garth Brooks and Trisha Yearwood, well, we would remember it. But
it would have a built-in. Yeah, it just would have been more notable.
Right.
Automatically.
Well, it feels like it fits in better with your Celine Dion's and your.
Yeah.
Your Elton John. I mean, Elton John wrote the songs for The Lion King, but your Michael Bolton's and Bette Midler's and
right.
98 Degrees featuring Stevie Wonder, right?
Yeah. And there is nothing about a music video for this song on Muppet Wiki, so I assume there wasn't for this recording.
And that's probably all we have to say about that.
Yeah.
So I have a few things about the actual credits, and not much.
I have a few things, yeah.
Sure. So first thing that caught my eye is that we have credits for First Assistant Editor UK, Apprentice Editor UK, and then First Assistant Editor USA, Second Assistant Editor USA, and Editorial Trainee USA.
Oh.
So there are 5 editorial underlings listed, and they all specify the country. And apparently, in the UK, you're an apprentice, and in the US, you're a trainee or something.
That must be it. Yeah, that sounds like probably, yeah. I noticed a few of the people listed were credited as laborers with a U, which I figured that must be just like the union that they belong to in the UK spells it that way. Yeah.
Well, and on that, there are a few different people credited as charge hand something. We have a charge hand painter, a charge hand rigger, 2 charge hand plasterers, and a charge hand stagehand, which is
charge hand is somebody who walks around always wearing a joy buzzer.
That's what it sounds like, right?
Yeah.
So I looked it up, and what it means is it's a trade term that basically means assistant supervisor.
Oh, okay.
So we have like supervising painter, which is John Campbell, charge hand painter Adam Campbell, who I imagine are related.
Oh, sure.
Father, son, or brothers or something. But yeah, so it's like they're not the manager, but they are in charge of assigning duties to other people.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
So in these credits, it says like supervising rigger, charge hand rigger, and then riggers. About several people.
Wow, it takes a lot of people to make a movie.
It really does. So that's a term that I am happy to know now.
Yeah, that's cool. Charge hand.
Charge hand, yeah.
Yeah. Next time you want your kids to help you do chores, tell them that they can be your charge hands.
I'll tell Iris that she's the charge hand and Miles that he's just one of them.
He'll get mad at me. Charge hand. He's the apprentice charge hand.
Exactly. He's the apprentice charge hand UK.
Yeah.
We have musical score credited as Hans Zimmer, as it is in the opening credits. Mm-hmm. But right after that is additional music, Harry Gregson Williams.
Oh, okay.
So he wrote some of the music. We don't know exactly what. He's a frequent collaborator of Zimmer's. He also conducted the orchestra for this movie.
Okay.
But a lot of Zimmer's scores, he has an additional music credit or like a co-composer credit or something. And he's also, though, best known, to me at least, as he did the scores for a lot of Aardman movies and all 4 Shrek movies.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, so he did Chicken Run, Flushed Away, Arthur Christmas, and then all 4 Shrek movies.
Those are just he's credited as the composer for this.
Yes, I believe Shrek is him and John Powell, and then he did all the other Shreks by himself.
Okay.
So the next time you're watching Shrek the Third for some reason, He did. He wrote the score.
The next time I'm watching Shrek the Third, which
Shrek the
I've
Third.
never seen
Me neither.
before and probably never will see.
I've seen 1 and 2, and that was enough, so I bailed. Sorry, Shrek fans in the audience.
Yeah, sorry.
What else? We also have Miniatures Construction, credited to Jim Henson's Creature Shop TM.
Yeah.
Which is fun to see in the closing credits.
Yeah, synergy.
Right. That it has to be a separate...
Who are we going to hire for these miniatures? Oh, yeah, we already have the best in the business.
We have an in-house best in the business, exactly.
Yes. I noticed that John Stevenson is listed as the head of that department. He was the head. We've probably talked about him before. He was the head of the Creature Shop for several years, so his name is on most Creature Shop productions from the 80s and the 90s, Ninja Turtles, Babe, The Flintstones, The English Patient, even because of the work they did on that. And then in looking him up on Muppet Wiki, I also learned for the first time about a short film, a Japanese short film that the Creature Shop worked on called Red Crow and the Ghost Ship. Have you heard of this?
No, but it sounds cool.
Muppet Wiki says Red Crow and the Ghost Ship is a Japanese short film produced by broadcaster NHK for the 1989 Yokohama Expo. A brother and sister in modern Japan are led by a talking red crow. So that was the creation of the Creature Shop. Yeah. Onto a flying ghost ship. The boy must take over steering the vessel from the alien captain. And then it says the ghost ship itself was designed by Hayao Miyazaki.
Whoa!
Yeah. So I'm going to have to look for that short film.
And say the title one more time.
Red Crow and the Ghost Ship.
Red Crow and the Ghost Ship, man.
Yeah. So another movie about a ship, a sailing ship having an adventure.
I am very excited to track this down if possible.
Yeah. I mean, hopefully we can find it with subtitles.
Looks like it's on YouTube. There's a YouTube upload. It's an hour and 6 minutes, perhaps with commercials.
So it did say something about when it aired, there was a behind the scenes short too, so maybe that's part of it. Yeah.
But the YouTube video by Matt Good, thank you, Matt, is charmingly entitled "Red Crow and the Ghost Ship," 1986. Jim Henson, Hayao Miyazaki, with exclamation points after both names.
Wow, and we had no idea. We'd never heard of it.
Yeah, cool. Well, I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah, me too.
Thank you for that.
Yeah.
And then the last thing that I had from the credits is, as you alluded to, it lists the songs. Unlike Muppet Christmas Carol, which just said songs by Paul Williams and then listed like the Harry Belafonte song and things that are referenced. Unlike Christmas Carol, this one does list the 7 original songs written by Barry Mann and Cynthia Weil individually. Yeah. And so Shiver My Timbers, Something Better, Sailing for Adventure, Cabin Fever, Professional Pirate, Love Let Us Here, and Love Power are all listed together under that credit.
Yeah.
And then it also lists I Want to Take You Higher by Sly and the Family Stone.
Yeah, I had never noticed that before, that's in here.
Because of the Boom Akalaka stuff,
that's
right?
The one,
I'm sure.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Right. So they, I guess, either felt like they had to give credit or their lawyers said they had to give credit for that.
Right. And it is credited only to written by Sylvester Stewart.
Yes, who is the namesake of Sly and the Family Stone.
Right. That's Sly Stone is how he's known as a singer, right? But I guess he's credited as Sylvester Stewart.
Sylvester Stewart.
Which doesn't fit him at all.
No.
That's not who I would think that guy is. But also, even though this song is not in this movie, this is a real harbinger for the soundtrack of the next movie.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Which does not have any Sly and the Family Stone songs in it, but does have a lot of funk songs from roughly the same era.
Get used to 1970s funk, everybody.
Right. So yeah, that's all my notes about the actual credits. Anything else?
I noticed there was a credit for nautical riggers. That was Dennis Harrison and Scott Hillier. I just think it's cool that they hired actual nautical riggers, presumably with experience on real ships, to make it look authentic.
Yeah.
And then I'm always curious about special thanks in movie credits. So there's a few people listed here under special thanks. Ellis Fleet, she was Brian Henson's wife at the time. She was also thanked in Christmas Carol. Bill Haber, he's the co-founder of the Creative Artists Agency, and at this time he was basically the agent for the Muppets. And it has been said, we probably mentioned this last season, that he came up with the idea for the Muppets to do a movie of A Christmas Carol. So Yeah, thanks to him for that too. Um, John Levin was another name given special thanks. I don't know who this is. There is a John Levin listed on IMDb who's a producer and a manager, but most of his credits, he doesn't have that many credits, and they're all pretty recent. So I don't know if that would be him. There was also the guitarist. I didn't double check this. I think from the band Dokken is named not John Levin. Probably not him, but it would be kind of amazing if it was. And then Lucy Baker. I don't know who she is either. If you know who John Levin and Lucy Baker are out there, listeners, please let us know.
Wait, I want to look something. I want to check something here because I have a theory.
Oh, okay. Lucy Baker does not have a page on Muppet Wiki. Neither does John Levin.
Well, I wonder if Lucy Baker is some relation to Martin G. Baker, who produced this movie.
Oh, could be.
That's my theory.
And she could
a
have
quick
helped
Google of the
with
two names
anything.
together did not confirm that at all. But
okay, interesting. But yeah, that's an intriguing theory. And then finally, Alex Rockwell. We know already. We've talked about this because she was working at the Henson Company at the time. She was married to David Kissinger, the son of Henry Kissinger, and it was through her that they got permission to include Henry Kissinger's book Diplomacy in this movie for that gag. So that's presumably the exact reason. Yeah, the exact reason why she's given special thanks here. Yeah, that's all I got for the credits.
All right, and then actually I wanted to, last movie you and Stacy talked about the catering, how you wanted to find the catering credit.
Oh, yes.
And in this one, we have Studio Catering, The Dining Set.
Okay,
so
that's
not a person, but a company called The Dining Set.
The Dining Set. That's a pretty good name. It's like, I guess it's intended to be wordplay. It's not so obvious.
Well, because I think there's like the set, like, set meaning like people who do a thing, right?
Right, exactly.
But then also a movie set.
Or
the dining set are people who are dining, right?
It's, I was also thinking like a place setting or a setting for a dinner. So
sure, yeah.
It has all kinds of meanings. Okay, I'm sold. It's brilliant.
3 meanings.
Yes, at least.
All right. Now, at the end of the previous movies, you have done a roundup of like what did critics say of the movie. Do you have such a thing to share with us today?
In fact, I do. Unfortunately, we can't do what we did last season, where I asked you to guess what characters played all the characters in various like cartoon versions of A Christmas Carol, because there just aren't that many adaptations of Treasure Island. But
I don't think there are any others with familiar characters. Like there's no Flintstone Treasure Island.
No, we probably would have come across it, or somebody would have told us about it by now.
We could do Treasure Planet, and I could be like,
Treasure
Captain
Planet,
Smollett is Emma Thompson or whatever. But
yeah, but you already know.
I know that.
That's so obvious. Yeah. Okay, so contemporary reviews by critics. I have a few. Roger Ebert, one of our favorite critics, gave it 3.5 out of 4 stars. I've always wondered why Ebert, his rating system was to 4 stars, whereas most are 5. But
it's interesting because Ebert and Leonard Maltin both are out of 4. The Leonard Maltin Movie Guide is out of 4.
Yeah.
So when I made my database of every movie I've ever seen, starting when I was 17 years old, it was on a 4-star rating, and it still is to this day. I keep it maintained, and it's on a 4-star rating.
Oh,
but then
those are your guys.
But then when I put it on Letterboxd, I just like adjust it. You
just did the math.
Yeah. So like if I give something 3 stars, in my database, I generally give it 3.5 on Letterboxd. Or whatever,
there you go. Sure. Roger Ebert said, after the success of The Muppet Christmas Carol, the heirs to Jim Henson must have seen the road ahead. Take famous family stories and recast them with a mixture of humans and Muppets. How can it fail? So Ebert is being quite prescient here, not because that's what the Muppets have continued to do, but because that is what seemingly everybody on the internet wants them to do.
Everybody wants them to do it, yeah.
He went on to, so how can it fail? He went on to say, basically, it can't. Muppet Treasure Island, directed by Brian Henson, son of the late Muppet genius, will entertain you more or less in proportion to your affection for the Muppets. If you like them, you'll probably like this. And then later he says, You're likely to enjoy the movie in proportion to how much you enjoy the Muppets. Moi, I sort of like them sometimes, and I enjoyed the Christmas Carol movie, but this one seems less cleverly written, and for moi, it's a near miss. So he was being, trying to be very fair there, saying for people who are already inclined to like the Muppets, it's good. He was a little bit more reserved.
Who was this?
This was Ebert.
That was all the same, but he gave it 3.5 stars?
3.5, yeah.
Wow. That sounds so negative. Like,
I mean, he's saying it's not totally for him, but he understands that other people are going to like it. So.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah. Hello, listeners. This is Ryan in the future, and I have a correction. After we recorded this episode, Anthony went back to double check Roger Ebert's review of this movie, and it turns out that I was wrong. I either wrote something down wrong when I was taking notes, or possibly I don't know how to count, because, in fact, Roger Ebert did not give Muppet Treasure Island 3.5 out of 4 stars. He gave Muppet Treasure Island 2.5 out of 4 stars. That is the true and correct way of stating that piece of factual information. So yes, I apologize for the confusion, and my thanks to Anthony for getting it right. And now back to the episode. In the Washington Post, Kevin McManus gave it a thumbs down. He praised Tim Curry, but he thought the sequence at the Admiral Benbow Inn went on too long. And he did not like the rat tourists. Everybody's favorite part of the movie. Kevin McManus of the Washington Post did not like the rat tourists because he said it would go over kids' heads.
That's not true. They're just rats being silly on vacation.
Kids love those little rats.
Kids know what vacations are.
They sure do. Yeah, so... Boo. And then also in the Washington Post, remember when newspapers had more than one movie critic? Yeah. Those were the days. Rita Kempley liked it more than McManus, but she described Piggy. Oh, this is just an excerpt. She described Piggy as clad in a muumuu and clamshells, which is not true at all.
Neither true. Yeah.
Yeah. I wonder how she came to that conclusion. She just didn't take detailed notes. In the San Francisco Chronicle, Peter Stack said the movie was handsome and amusing, but gimmicky. And he thought young kids might find it a little complex and formidable. But he also called it an elaborate, juicy eyeful and complimented the integration of human actors with Muppets, saying the overall effect is a wonderful sense of the fantastical.
That's a lot of words. That's very wordy. The overall effect is a wonderful sense of the fantastical. Is that what you said?
It's a wonderful sense of the fantastical. Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
Listeners out there, if you have not reviewed this podcast on Apple Podcasts or Spotify or whatever, please give us 5 stars and say the overall effect of this podcast is a wonderful sense of the fantastical.
Yes, absolutely.
In Empire Magazine, remember that one?
I do. Still exists, I believe.
Oh, does it? Okay.
I think so.
I haven't seen it around in a while, but maybe it's probably online at the very least.
Probably just has a website, yeah.
If not on newsstands, yeah. Caroline Westbrook described the movie as a breezily entertaining yet old-fashioned brew. And she implied in her review that puppetry might not be as novel anymore in the new era of Toy Story and The Nightmare Before Christmas. So that's an interesting observation, here in 1996. She was maybe right to a certain extent because computer animated movies were about to take off in a huge way.
Right. Empire Magazine continues to publish 12 issues a year.
Physical issues.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Shows what I know.
You can buy a subscription on their website in print.
Oh, okay. Maybe I will, just because now I feel bad about saying that they didn't exist anymore.
I mean, it's a British magazine, so. Yeah. But I feel like I see it at Barnes and Noble on there. Barnes and Noble's considerable magazine rack. Yeah.
Yeah. I hope that never goes away. I just love, I'm never going to buy 5 magazines about horseback riding or whatever, but I'm just happy to see that they still sell those.
Right.
And then every review that I found, I'm pretty sure without any exception, praised the performance of Mr. Tim Curry.
except for Gene Siskel, though. So you didn't watch the Siskel and Ebert segment?
Oh, no, I didn't. So you know otherwise?
The two things I remember about it is that he said it's the first Muppet movie that ever bored him, and it's Tim Curry's worst performance. Like, he says both of those things in that segment. Yeah.
Yeah, that's an unpopular opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gene Siskel, like, here's the thing. I enjoy watching him. I respect his opinion. I very often disagree with him.
Yeah.
I disagree with him a lot more than I disagree with Ebert, who I also disagree with often. You know, like, it's not like I have all the same opinions as him.
It would be boring if you had all of the exact same opinions as any critic, but I think I'm the same way.
I mean, I like
compatible with Ebert than Siskel.
Right. Same. I like John Carpenter way more than either of those guys, though.
Oh, they didn't like him?
They both didn't like him much. They both didn't like The Thing, or whatever. What? Like, yeah.
Is that one of those where either of them recanted later or admitted they were wrong?
Roger might have, but he, especially late, like once he like lost the ability to speak, especially, he reconsidered a lot of those earlier opinions. Because, I mean, like, last few years of his life, Ebert is just like so happy to be alive and watching movies.
Yeah, and he it turned out so many reviews and essays and things in that time.
Right.
Yeah. Ebert, what a great critic.
He is.
I also have a few online reviews from ordinary people, not professional critics. So on Letterboxd, there's a bunch of 5-star reviews, including this one by a user named Anu, A-N-U, who says, watching Muppets movies is kind of like watching the Royal Rumble, wondering when your faves will appear. This movie is 5 stars alone for Kermit's eyes bulging out his head, trying to save Mina, but it's actually infinity stars for being so perfect.
My daughter feels that same way about our previous guest, Iris Strand.
Yeah.
Feels the same way,
5 stars from somebody named Caitlin KR, whose review says, best movie maybe ever. All right.
Okay.
5 stars by Aaron Carnes, who says, unquestionably a better film than Taxi Driver. And
Leonard Maltin agrees, I think, right?
Probably.
What did Leonard Maltin give this movie? He hated Taxi Driver. Hey.
Oh, there you go.
Wait a sec.
Yeah.
I got the 2004 movie guide right here. I'm going to go grab it, okay?
Okay, yes. Please go get Leonard Maltin's 2002 movie guide.
Okay, so I got my 2004 Leonard Maltin movie guide.
Oh, 2004. Okay, got it.
2004. I didn't have one for a long time. Roz's mom found this at a library sale or something and thought it seemed like something I would enjoy.
Oh, yeah. And it went to a very good home.
I remember telling you that. Do you remember what you said when I got this?
I don't remember.
I texted you and Joe that Roz's mom gave me a Leonard Maltin movie guide, and you said, isn't it nice when those in our, like, it was something like, isn't it nice when people in our family care enough to know our interests or something like that? Like, it was just
yeah.
That like Roz's mom saw this book and was just like, oh, Anthony would like this.
And was correct, like knew you well enough and thought of you. Yeah.
I was so thrilled. We were staying at her house for Thanksgiving or Christmas. Yeah. And I was just like, this is all I need. I just started flipping through it. So yeah, indeed, I'm looking. Leonard Maltin famously gave Taxi Driver 2 stars.
Okay.
Right. To us, this gory, cold-blooded story of sick man's lurid descent into violence is ugly and unredeeming. Right. Mm-hmm. Muppet Treasure Island, 2.5 stars. Good fun, but seems longer than it is. And Curry is, of all things, a bit more subdued as Long John Silver than you'd expect. Of course, after Robert Newton, anyone would seem subdued.
Huh. Wow. Well, yeah, history does not agree with him on that.
Robert Newton in the 1950 Disney film.
The Disney movie, yeah. Huh. Wow.
And you can hear him saying it. You can picture Maltin looking into the camera and saying, "Of course, after Robert Newton." Right? Like,
yeah.
But so who was this? Who was this person on Letterboxd?
Somebody named Aaron Carnes on Letterboxd. So yeah,
Leonard Maltin agrees.
Unquestionably a better film than Taxi Driver. Yeah, you're right. Okay.
Yeah.
But not everybody agreed with these 5-star reviews on Letterboxd. We have a 1-star review by somebody named Lucas Ebert. Real name? I don't know. They said, Gonzo and Rizzo are chill, but every other Muppet needs to be torn in half. Especially Fozzie Bear and Ms. Piggy. They should be in tatters. I'm so sick of the way they all carry themselves in this smug manner with their big dead eyes and Sunday morning newspaper comic strip milk toast senses of humor. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it.
Oh no.
Maybe you can identify with this review.
Hey, so I'm gonna say since you brought it up, I gave this movie 2.5 stars.
That's
on Letterboxd.
That's very fair.
I think I also gave it 2.5 stars out of 4. So I was feeling less generous when I did my
that sounds
Letterboxd.
fair.
But no, I didn't give it 1 star. I didn't give it half a star.
I know.
The record.
I'm just exaggerating for comic effect, like this person, like Lucas Ebert. He continues. Anytime anything Muppets does anything that's supposed to be over the top or like out there with their humor, it just feels like the pick of the girl who we can't bring anywhere because she'll put tortilla chips on her head and toss peace signs.
That is very specific and probably referring to someone in particular.
I don't know what, though. Then a bunch of other stuff. Man, I didn't even like Tim Curry in this. Okay, so here's another one who doesn't like Tim Curry in this. The problem is that matching the film's tone just makes him, like this movie as a whole, annoying. So, not a fan there. Also, 1-star review from somebody named Jackson, who says, love how the Muppets always sing songs so long in every movie that my ears start bleeding and I want to punch Miss Piggy in the face.
Why are people being so violent towards Miss Piggy? I wonder why Miss Piggy in particular is being picked out for violence from these negative reviews.
Yeah, interesting. Another 1-star review is by DGNet, who says, Tim Curry just showing up for the paycheck on this one. So there we go again.
So many.
Yeah. Over on Amazon, there was a 1-star review from somebody named S. Stutzman, who said, this movie really wasn't what I had expected. I heard glowing reviews of this movie, and with a G rating, I thought it would be safe to have the whole family watch for the first time. You can probably tell where this is going, but it was a complete failure.
Hell in it and damn.
In my opinion. I had 3 complaints with this movie. First, all the references to drinking and drunkenness. I mean, I shouldn't have to explain to my kids what rum is, getting drunk and all that. I wish all this were reduced to a single scene, but it seemed prevalent throughout. Second, and worse, all the references to death and violence. I mean, okay, that's true. I'll give them that. In the opening scene where
both of those are pretty fair. I mean, really.
Yeah. Are burying their treasure after the crew has dug the hole. The captain pulls out his gun and shoots everyone dead, et cetera, et cetera. Every 5 minutes during the movie, I'm going to kill you. We're going to die. Yes, that's fair. Come on. It's a G-rated movie. I don't think it deserves higher than a PG. Third, bad story and ranting dialogue. This is relatively minor, but the story was really, really bad. I don't suppose many people watched it for the storyline. Half the time you couldn't understand what the characters were saying, even if it was loud. Not sure what that means. Which, given how much they talked about drinking and death, that's probably a good thing anyway. I'm sure many people will disagree with my analysis, calling the movie nostalgic and quirky fun, but I couldn't wait until the movie was over. Even my young son gave the movie 3 out of 10. I think he was being generous. So... Yeah, the young son doesn't say how old or how young the son is, but then there's a 2-star review from somebody named Bucky, who says, who says, I was so hopeful from this installment, seeing it was delayed over a year for obvious reasons. But after watching through, plot lines were rushed, story was completely detached and fragmented, and the whole changing of the guard was just not thought out at all. Instead of gracefully sunsetting the 007 character to another actor, which was traditional from movie to movie, they just threw in another actor that no one knew about, which is just confusing. Instead of a story that helped move character development, it was a deep dive into emotional development, which who cares about in a Bond movie? No.
What?
So my question is, do you think this person just got really confused when they were trying to find the movie to leave their negative review on, or do you think it was some sort of glitch on Amazon's system?
Good question. I'm trying to think what movie they think they're reviewing. No Time to Die.
Probably the last one, right? What's the last James Bond movie? I've already forgotten the title of it.
No Time to Die.
Yeah, I assume it's that one, but I don't know how you attempt to go to the Amazon page for No Time to Die and end up on the one for Muppet Treasure Island.
Yeah, they don't have any actors in common.
Not that I'm aware of.
Or anything. What if Dave Goelz was in that? No Time to Die. What if Dave Goelz played Felix Leiter? That would have been awesome.
That would be cool. Yeah, he would. Yeah, he could do it. Why not?
Yeah, sure.
And then the last thing I have is from an IMDb user review. I was disappointed not to find more negative IMDb user reviews of this movie, just because sometimes those are hilarious. But yeah, most of them or a lot of them are 10 out of 10, 9 out of 10. But I found one 3 out of 10 by somebody named Welly2. And IMDb has been around for a long time. This review was written in July 1999. It's still there.
The movie's a relatively new release. 3.5. Yeah. I have some IMDb user reviews from that time that are still there. Yours? Yeah, of like Marx Brothers movies and stuff.
I wonder if any of mine are still there. So the Welly2 says, "The shame of it. There I was, comfortable in the armchair with a beer and a bag of popcorn, buoyant in the hope of another splendid Muppet night of entertainment. What did I get? Disappointed. How can the Muppets go from the sublime Christmas Carol to this? The humor was dreadful. The songs were worse than country and western." That's saying something. "And the plot was as confused and poor as Blind Pew. I think the main problem was that they bit off too much in attempting Treasure Island. A short tale such as Christmas Carol is perfect because you can weave the Muppet hijinks around it. Here, the need to drag the plot along stopped all the fun. Where do the Muppets go next? How about Muppets Wizard of Oz?"
They put that.
They said that in 1999.
1999. Wow, It happened.
How about that?
It wasn't next, but it was not too long.
It was a few years off, yeah. So it's also interesting, some of these complaints, like that it's not a good fit of an adaptation for the Muppets, like that's something that people who don't love the movie talk about now still.
Yeah, I sure did on this season of the podcast, right? I think I must have.
Yeah, back in 1999, Welly2 was already on that page.
And that's July, so that's right after. It's like the same. When did Muppets from Space come out? Came out in July, right?
Was it? I don't remember the release date, but it was very close to that time.
Yeah, it was definitely a summer release. Now I'm gonna.
Yes, it was a summer release.
I'm using the computer machine. Yes, July 14th, 1999. So yeah.
Oh, so that might have been right before or right after. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe seeing Muppets from Space in the theater inspired them to watch Muppet Treasure Island for the first time.
Yes, as we all did, saw Muppets from Space in the theater.
I mean, I did. It was a pretty empty theater, but
I've probably said this before, and I'll say it next year for sure.
Yes.
I broke my leg on June 29th.
Oh.
So I was in a cast, and still.
Yeah.
And so there was no like, hey, mom and dad, let's go see Muppets from Space. Like it was just like, I'm just at home.
You would have, yeah. You just
that's
probably a really good excuse.
Yeah.
You didn't have a wheelchair, or you weren't?
I did have a wheelchair. It just no one. I wasn't going to push it.
It was too much of an ordeal.
I got 3 brothers who are already pampering me all day long because they can move and I can't. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I'm not going to be like, hey everyone, let's go see the new Muppet movie.
You're already doing enough. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a freshman in high school. Let's go see that new Muppet movie.
At what point did you break your leg in that summer?
June 29th.
Oh, you said that already. Okay, so that's after The Phantom Menace came out.
Saw that in the theater with my grandma and my cousin Michael.
Okay, good, because that would be pretty sad if you had to miss that. No, not that it was a great movie.
I was going to say also pretty sad, the experience of seeing Phantom Menace.
But it was the event, the movie event of the summer, so...
Yeah, my grandma fell asleep. It was awesome.
Okay. All right. So that's all I have for reviews, professional and amateur.
All right. And then there was something else that we talked about doing last season.
Indeed.
Do you want to set it up?
Okay. We are both listeners of the the film director filmography podcast, Blank Check, with Griffin Newman and David Sims. And they, at the end of every episode, they play something called the box office game, where they go down the box office for the opening weekend of the film that they are discussing in that episode. And Griffin Newman attempts to guess the top 5 based on clues given by David Sims.
Yes.
It's a really fun game to play along with at home and try to guess. And especially when you get it right before Griffin Newman does. That's very exciting because he's like a machine when it comes to this stuff.
Right. Yeah.
So
And the other thing is we talked about doing this last season, and then when our friend Danny Horn was on, he wanted to talk a lot about what other movies beat it at the box office. So we discussed.
He didn't just have a list; he had a whole analysis of why, and why it performed or underperformed the way it did at the box office.
Right, which was fine and great, and obviously like a great discussion. But having had that discussion, we could no longer play the game where one of us tries to guess what those were because we already knew.
Right, but nobody's done that this season.
Right, so let's do it.
So, should we play the box office game?
Let's play the box office game. I'm so excited.
I'll try to find the ding and buzz sound effects that they use.
That would be awesome.
If you get one right or wrong. All right, so Muppet Treasure Island opened February 16th, 1996, or at least I hope it did, because that's the weekend that I have.
And that's opened. What it says on Muppet Wiki.
Yeah, okay, good. Number one at the box office that week.
What number was Treasure Island? They usually say that.
Number 2.
It was number 2, opened second.
Yeah,
wow. That's way better than Christmas Carol.
Yeah. With 12,326,000 at the box office. So
awesome. Wow.
Maybe a better time for a Muppet movie to open, maybe less crowded for family movies. Number 1 at the box office is in its second week. It is, I guess this would be classified as an action movie.
And it's in its second week.
Second week, yeah.
I mean, I'm going to just go ahead and guess The Rock.
No, not The Rock.
That's got to be a summer movie.
Do you want to hear cast?
Sure.
All right. So the leading cast, there's two people on the poster. First one is John Travolta.
Broken Arrow.
Yes, it is Broken Arrow.
And that's Christian Slater's the other guy?
Christian Slater's the other one.
Yeah. I never saw it. I just remember the VHS cover.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen Broken Arrow. And I don't know if I ever will.
Yeah, right.
But that's part of John Travolta's big 90s comeback after Pulp Fiction.
Right. Yeah. It's that same right in there with Michael and Phenomenon.
Yes. And some other action movies too.
Right.
Like he gets to Face Off eventually.
He gets to Face Off. That's 97. That, man, Face Off rules. What a great movie.
Yeah.
But also Get Shorty is in there. You know,
yeah. He was
he really had like a big second run as a movie. Like I've often said about John Travolta, I'm not sure there's ever been anyone who has like been that big of a star and then that much of a has-been twice.
Right.
Because it's truly like megastar, punchline, back to being a megastar, back to being a punchline.
Yeah.
You know?
And then, yeah, you're right. I mean, he could have continued to be like at the level he was when he was in Look Who's Talking. But then,
right, exactly.
He went back to being much bigger than that.
Yeah, but like you say, after Pulp Fiction, and then after Battlefield Earth, all of a sudden it's Travolta's washed up again, right?
Yeah. Sorry,
he's the bad guy in the Tom Jane Punisher movie or whatever.
Right? I have not seen that. Number 3 is a new at the box office. Wow, I'm so surprised this opened under Muppet Treasure Island. Actually, it is a comedy starring a big comedy star. So
this is Cable Guy?
No.
Okay.
Different comedy star.
Is it an SNL person?
Yes, it is an SNL alum.
An SNL alum, and it's 1996.
Yes.
So, Black Sheep?
No.
It's not Tommy Boy's 95, I think.
I'll tell you this.
Be that anyway.
Black Sheep is in the top 10. Black Sheep is at number 7.
It is. Okay. So it's Happy Gilmore, maybe?
It is Happy Gilmore. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, nice. I was trying to remember which Sandler was 96. Like, that's the thing, you know?
That is the thing, especially because there were a couple movies he had.
Is Billy Madison 96 also? Billy Madison might be 95.
I was just trying to remember because there were definitely sometimes he had 2 in one calendar year, or at least 2. Yeah. I think The Waterboy and The Wedding Singer are both 98.
98. I believe that's right. And talk about another guy who was on fire at that time. Like,
oh yeah, he couldn't lose.
Like for people like and I don't think either one of us is like a huge Sandler guy or ever was.
Not huge, but I saw a lot of those in the theater.
Right, same. Yeah. Not all of them in theaters, but I did see Wedding Singer in theaters. I don't know. but just like everybody was talking about those movies at school.
Yeah.
All the time.
Yeah. And he had that album that came out that I never owned, but that was a big,
yeah.
They're all going to laugh at you. That was oft quoted in the halls of my junior high.
Right. And here's a fun fact about Adam Sandler right now in his, now in his like resting on his laurels phase of his career.
Right.
It is 2024 and he's been putting out all these Netflix movies.
Yeah.
Do you know what his last theatrical movie was? Live action? Not Hotel Transylvania?
Right. The last theatrical movie for Adam Sandler. I don't know. The most recent thing I can think of is You Don't Mess with the Zohan, but there must be something after that.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot newer than You Don't Mess with the Zohan.
Yeah, yeah.
But I believe it's Uncut Gems.
Oh, of course. Yeah, that, of course.
But that's which is 5 years ago, though.
Yeah, right. Still, yeah, right. But it's not like a wacky Adam Sandler comedy.
Right, and I think the one that is like a regular Adam Sandler movie is Pixels, which is 2015.
Yeah, okay.
Because he's been doing Hubie Halloween and
right.
Murder Mystery and all those for Netflix. The Ridiculous Six, whatever.
Spaceman, that's him, right?
The Spaceman, yep.
Yeah.
But so it's just been such a weird time. Like he's just like a guy who does what he wants now.
And it's a different reality now where a guy his age who was a huge star of movies that were released theatrically can now do fine and still be respected as a movie star, just releasing movies that come out on Netflix.
Right. Yeah.
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 Okay. Number 4 at the box office, I have not heard of. It's new, or I just don't remember it. It's new at number 4. Let's see. This one, trying to find a genre here. Okay.
It's 3 Wishes starring Patrick Swayze.
It is not.
Would have been wild if it was.
That would have been, amazing. So it's, drama. It just says drama. So it's a drama.
Just a drama movie, contemporary fiction.
Yes. It's opening with 20,278,000. There are 3 actors on the poster.
It's Dolores Claiborne.
No, this is not Dolores Claiborne. The first person listed in the leading cast is Al Pacino.
Okay, Scarface Al. All right. It's 96, and you've never heard of it. Is it Looking for Richard?
I really no. What is that though?
That's like the Richard III thing that he's in. He directed. I want to say.
Huh, okay.
Okay. So Al Pacino. Who else?
John Cusack.
Okay. Al Pacino, John Cusack. That's weird.
Not ringing any bells.
Well, especially because Cusack, like this is around the time of like your Grosse Pointe Blanks and your High Fidelity and stuff. Like,
yeah,
I feel like I was aware of him. No, not so far.
Garden of Good and Evil. The third actor on the poster in the leading cast is Bridget Fonda.
Bridget Fonda. Point of No Return. No, that's not. No, those guys aren't in that.
I would hope she would be first on that.
I think she's the only person on the poster.
Yeah. The director of this movie is Harold Becker.
Harold Becker, not Walt Becker of Wild Hogs fame.
No.
A Griffin Newman favorite.
They might be related. Who knows? So the rest of the supporting cast: Danny Aiello, David Paymer, Martin Landau,
a galaxy of stars,
Richard Schiff, and then Tony Franciosa, Lindsay Duncan, and Richard Gant. I don't know.
Lindsay Duncan, you'd recognize. She's British. She was in Birdman. She was on Doctor Who as the future astronaut who has to die on Mars. So her granddaughter can be inspired.
Okay, cool.
So I always think of her from. She's the critic that Birdman yells at about how critics are too pompous or whatever.
Okay.
In Birdman.
Okay.
I really don't know what this movie is. What is it?
This movie is called City Hall.
City Hall. I don't think I've ever heard of it either.
One of the co-writers is Paul Schrader.
Really?
Yeah, really.
Of Taxi Driver fame, a movie famously worse than Muppet Treasure Island. He wrote Taxi Driver. He didn't direct it, of course, but he wrote it.
Yeah. Wow. I'm just looking for a plot synopsis on this page, but it's not giving it to me.
City Hall.
Don't want to navigate too far away from this, but Keywords include mafia, crime drama, police shooting, set in New York City, set in New York, set in Brooklyn, NYPD, government corruption, and and corrupt judge. So, wow.
Wow. Now I kind of want to watch the movie
Hall.
City Hall just to see.
Yeah,
I'm sure it's just whatever.
Maybe we should cover that as a bonus episode.
That would be pointless. Looks like it's streaming on Amazon Prime currently. So
okay. Number 5 is a movie in its third week, making. Oh, sorry. When I said City Hall had made $20 million, that's, I think, total. It made 9.
That makes so much more
this weekend. Yeah,
but that movie made $9.5 million
in its opening weekend at number 4
in 1996.
Yeah. This was a different time, my friend. People were just going to the movies. Adults were going to the movies. Old people were going to the movies. Yeah.
But it's like a movie no one has ever heard of.
No.
As they say on Blank Check, it's a movie that doesn't exist.
Doesn't exist. Right? Exactly. Number 5 is in its third week, making $9 million. This is a movie that was mentioned on this podcast pretty recently. One of our guests brought it up.
One of our guests is Mr. Holland's Opus.
Yes, it is Mr. Holland's Opus.
Cam Garrity's one of his 4 faves on Letterboxd.
Yes, he insists that it's good.
And that's a movie I really do need to revisit. I told Cameron I would revisit when he was on the show, and I haven't. Yeah. So I really should.
Is that on Disney Plus? It should be.
Let's see. Yeah, it's a Touchstone release, right?
It just says distributed by Walt Disney. So yeah, it's probably Touchstone.
Let's see. It looks like it is indeed on Disney Plus and Hulu. So it might be.
There you go.
It might be the Hulu, the Disney Plus with Hulu. You know, I should have. We've mentioned this on the show. Our friend Matthew Silberman and I have a live action Disney movie club together.
Yes.
Where we alternate. And I could do that for a future pick. Just tell Matthew we're watching Mr. Holland's Opus.
Yeah. And then report back to us.
It'd be fun to talk to him about it. Yeah. Can invite Cam as our special guest. I'm saying this on the air.
Okay.
Cam, when Matthew and I cover Mr. Holland's Opus, we're going to invite you to the chat.
He'll be in the discussion. Cool. Yeah. Do you want to keep going? Like to do the top 10?
Yeah. You know, why not? Why not?
Why not? People are they've either stopped listening to this episode by now, or they want to keep hearing more of this nonsense.
Right. Yeah.
At number 6, this is new this week, opening with $6.8 million. This is a comedy. It was,
and this isn't Black Sheep.
No, Black Sheep was at 7.
Okay, so Black Sheep is 7. So 6 is also a comedy.
It's also a comedy. Yes, this was a comedy that was, I believe, the goal was to make a movie star out of a current TV star, and it didn't quite pan out.
A current TV star. So this is a sitcom star at the time?
Yes. And it's the kind of comedy genre that she would probably not be cast in.
It's Mr. Wrong.
It is Mr. Wrong.
Okay.
Yes.
It's as you said she. I don't know. I don't think my mind would have gone
before. Yeah.
I don't think my mind would have gone to Ellen, because I was thinking like Trial and Error with Michael Richards or something.
Oh yeah,
which I think is 97.
That would have counted too. Yeah. But yeah, Ellen DeGeneres just can't find the right guy.
It's wild. Bill Pullman, right? Isn't he the male lead in that?
He's the other. Yeah.
I never saw it. I never saw the movie.
Number 7 is Black Sheep. We said
Black Sheep, which I saw in the theater. Saw that one in the theater.
Did I see? Yeah, I did see Black Sheep in the theater. Yeah.
The movie where Chris Farley does an impression of Curly Joe Dorita. Latter-day Three Stooge, Curly Joe. Yes.
Really? I don't remember
he specifically says, "Hey, look, I'm Curly Joe." Yeah.
Wow. I remember it was diminishing returns from Tommy Boy, but it was still pretty funny.
I wonder if you'd feel the same way now.
Maybe not. I'm not 14 anymore. I almost told you. Okay. I just told you the answer.
So this is number 8.
Number 8. Did you hear what I just said?
Was it Ang Lee's Sense and Sensibility?
Yes, that's the one.
Which is an Oscar movie, so it must have put out in limited release in 95.
Looks like it grossed 30 million, but yeah.
That is a wonderful movie. It is truly a delight. It is the perfect way to spend an afternoon. It's like watching Emma Thompson and Kate Winslet as sisters just being wonderful, and they got Alan Rickman and Hugh Grant as the love interests, And it is, if you haven't seen Sense and Sensibility, we talked a lot about Pride and Prejudice much earlier in this season. And I don't know that there is a Pride and Prejudice movie that I like as much as Ang Lee's Sense and Sensibility.
Oh, okay.
So that's my little Jane Austen corner.
Yeah. And when you say spend an afternoon, is it long?
Nah, it's definitely under 2 hours, maybe like right around 2 hours, but I don't think it's even that long.
Okay.
Let's see. 2 hours and 15 minutes. Here's the thing. It just flies by though. It's a delight. Okay. Wonderful movie.
Cool. Number 9. I'm not going to read the title accidentally.
Yeah, don't.
This is also, I always get this confused with another movie.
Okay, so it's Black Sheep. No,
the genre is drama.
Okay.
Keywords include, once again, mafia, romantic drama, prostitution, sex crimes, romantic.
Is it Casino?
Addiction, dysfunctional family, relationships gone wrong. It is not Casino.
It is not Casino. Is it, let's see, Donnie Brasco's 97. So it's not that.
It's not Donnie Brasco.
Is it King of New York? No, that's early. That's earlier, I think. It's like a famous mafia movie though. Like,
looks like it was released at the end of 95 and it's still hanging in there.
End of 95.
Yeah.
It was. Give me the lead.
The lead cat. Well, okay, yeah, you'll get it as soon as I say. How about I tell you the director is Mike Figgis? Does that?
Director is Mike Figgis.
Yeah.
And it's not It's not Donnie Brasco.
No.
Who directed that? Mike Figgis. That's a British guy, right?
I think so.
That does not give it away though. So tell me.
Leading cast. There's 2 people. It's Elizabeth Shue.
Okay. Elizabeth Shue. Is it Leaving Las Vegas?
It is Leaving Las Vegas. Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I was like, I know she was in something like that's like an Oscar, right? Isn't that what Nick Cage won his Oscar for?
That
it
Nicolas
is, right?
Cage, yeah. I think that's the one.
So that's why I sang Nicolas Cage right away.
Either.
I would have known. I haven't seen it either.
Yeah, so I mean, this is where I was, I guess, in my movie fan journey at the time. I saw Muppet Treasure Island, Happy Gilmore, Mr. Holland's Opus, Black Sheep, but I did not see Sense and Sensibility or Leaving Las Vegas.
Right. So that was 9. We have one more?
Yes, one more in the top 10, and I believe this was also nominated for some Oscars.
So it's Braveheart.
It's not Braveheart.
Which won Best Picture that year? This is a 95 release, though?
It is a 95 release, yes.
Is it?
The genre is also drama based on real-life events.
Apollo 13?
No.
That's earlier.
Keywords
That's
include
or something, right?
prison and crime drama.
Prison and crime drama.
There are actually 2 more keywords, both of which would probably give it away very easily.
Prison and crime drama. And it's not Casino.
No, not Casino.
And it's not Shawshank, because that's a 94 movie.
Nope.
That's not really a crime drama either, I suppose.
Do you want the director or the
Sure, give me the director.
The director is Tim Robbins.
So this is Dead Man Walking.
Yes, this is Dead Man Walking. You got
which
it.
Susan Sarandon won her Oscar for, right?
Right. I think she was definitely nominated. I think she won.
I think that's the one she won. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've never seen that either.
I think I did see that, but it's been a long time since I rented that at some point. The other keywords were monks and nuns. And,
sure, nuns would have done it.
And death row.
Sure. Yeah. All right. Let's see. Yeah, she did win. It was her 5th nomination. And her most recent nomination. She was nominated 4 previous times and lost. And then won that one, and the Academy was just done with her, I guess.
I guess so, yeah. But yeah, just what a box office. Like, even going further down the list, like...
Yeah, tell me some other stuff.
Braveheart is, I guess, it says a re-release, so I guess after the initial... Yeah,
probably the Oscars.
Yeah, Toy Story is still in there. Jumanji, 12 Monkeys, Babe, the aforementioned...
Wow. Best Picture nominee, Babe.
Yeah. 7, Ace Ventura, When Nature Calls.
No.
Waiting to Exhale, From Dusk Till Dawn, Goldeneye, Heat, Sabrina. Dunstan Checks In. Dunstan Checks In is on the box office at number 35.
Great. Dunstan checks in. All right.
So,
wonderful.
Wow. How about that?
Wonderful.
And actually, let me just look and see if it lists keywords for Muppet Treasure Island, because I couldn't find keywords. Do they not have them anymore on IMDb?
I don't know.
Did it turn into some kind of problematic thing?
Probably.
Keywords for Muppet Treasure Island. Oh, these are boring. Pirates, treasure hunters, family adventure, breaking the fourth wall, 1880s, and scene and end credits. So, there you go.
Yeah, all right.
Like the IMDb keywords used to include stuff like, pajamas, or there was all kinds of silly, quirky keywords.
Yeah. Mullet or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I think that just about brings us down to the end here, right?
Yeah. Good job at the box office game.
Thank you. Yes, that was so fun. I've been waiting to do that.
Yeah.
But listeners, thank you for joining us for this season. It has been a delight to have you along with us. We will be back sometime. We're going to do one bonus episode about this movie before the
related
next season.
To this movie.
Related to this movie. We
don't know. Video. We don't know exactly when that will be.
Right, but sometime we'll watch for that in the future. I think that's the only bonus episode we have before Muppets from Space, right? Like it's planned so far, at least.
As far as we know, yeah. Unless we've forgotten something.
We're not doing Muppets Tonight. And
no, maybe someday.
Yeah, maybe that's just another podcast. I think.
Yeah.
I think any TV show is just another totally different podcast.
Oh yeah, well someday we'll do our Jim Henson Hour episode by episode podcast.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Someday.
But we will do Muppets from Space. As I have said in our Discord, I can promise you we will be back in the year 2025.
I think that's true, yes.
With Muppets from Space. But until then, thank you so much for listening to us.
Yeah, we really appreciate all of our regular listeners and all the people who take the time to comment and discuss the episodes in the Discord and on Facebook and Blue Sky and
various places. And those are all the places you can find toughpigs.com also.
Oh yeah, how about that?
Thank you, Ryan. And thank you for editing the show. I never credit you with the editing, but you do almost all of it. So thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
And the show would not get released without you, Ryan. So thank you.
Thanks. And that's why we don't know how long it's going to be until the next season starts, because it all depends on how much I want to take a break.
Right. But listeners, in the meantime, toughpigs.com offers a lot of other things. We have regular articles, of course, on the website. We have regular social media content on all those places we just said. We also have three other regular podcast feeds going. We have our Muppet Fan Podcast with toughpigs.com, which is a variety of things. I don't know what's running when this comes out. Actually, do we? It was our Bear in the Big Blue House miniseries
that
most recently.
Wrapped up, recently as we record this.
Mm-hmm. And there'll be something else there before too long, so always subscribe. We have Fraggle Talk Classic, a delightful program that Ryan and I have both appeared on.
True.
And we have the 70 Years, 70 Muppets podcast.
Yes.
Our tribute to the Muppets 70th anniversary Characters of the Week, which is hosted by the whole gang here at Tough Pigs, and that has included both of us in various episodes.
And this has become... this might be my favorite Tough Pigs podcast ever, 70 Years, 70 Muppets. It's just so fun and exciting to see what all of our contributors will bring to each episode and each character.
Right, because we're just doing whatever we want. There's no rules. We're just the host gets to do whatever they want with it, whatever strikes their fancy. And I really would recommend it, listeners, if you haven't listened yet. And they're all short. We try to keep them under a half hour or so. So won't take up too much of your time in the week. So listen to that until Moving Right Along comes back sometime later, when we will join Gonzo in his identity crisis.
Yeah.
In the meantime, you can follow Ryan on Blue Sky at @MeRyanRowe and on Letterboxd at Movies Are Neat. You can follow me on Blue Sky at Durwood Clapper and on Letterboxd at Zeppo Marxist. I am in the middle of attempting to watch one movie on the Criterion Channel from every year 1920 to the present by the end of 2025. So see if I succeed.
That is so cool.
It's fun. I'm just starting. Obviously, it's January 2nd as we're recording. Yes. But you can, if you want to see what I think about some random movie from 1943 or whatever year, stay tuned. And thank you, as always, to Morgan Davy for designing our beautiful logo. And thank you, listener, for sailing for adventure whether or not you think we found any, thank you for joining us. And we'll see you next time, gang, whenever that may be.
Shiver my timbers.
That's from the movie.